If you have been downing yourself or you're feeling like you're faking your success, this message is for you. There was one point in my life where I felt like a complete fraud. I felt like a complete imposter. And in today's message, I want to talk about imposter syndrome and how it can take a huge precedent in our life, and how many of us, without even realizing it, is a pattern that comes up continuously. I have been there many times, and actually recently I have been going through the issue of, I feel like I'm an imposter. Why am I doing this? And it really comes down with me wanting to go out on my own. I feel like I need to know it all. I need to learn everything. And I keep getting shown again and again by Spirit that I already have within me everything that I already need to know. But yet I still feel like an imposter. I still feel like there is more I need to do. I'm not an expert. I need to be a full-on expert. I need to have it all dialed in order to go full-time with my purpose. And I think for a long time, I was really stuck in this loop where I mentioned this before in other videos, to where I would run back to corporate America because I had a lot of scarcity mindset. But I didn't mention that I was also going through the feelings of imposter syndrome. I felt like I wasn't ready to go out and be a shaman to my community and to heal people. Even though it's been shown to me time and time again that I am meant to be a shaman in this lifetime. I was a shaman in other lifetimes. And maybe that you have something that you can identify with. What for you've been holding yourself back from, to where you feel like you're afraid of being perceived, you're afraid of being judged because you're not a full-on expert in the subject, you're not dialed completely in. What for you is that? I'm rather curious, because I feel like I needed to be like the ultimate shaman. I felt like I needed to have it all figured out. If I had it all figured out, then no one could doubt me. My worth wouldn't be tested. But here's the thing. Your worth all depends on yourself and how you perceive it. Why are we giving away our energy to other people telling us what we're worth? Why are we wanting to be perceived a certain way? Why are we trying to manifest that into our life? Instead, we can manifest into our life something to where people think what we do is beautiful and healing and grounded and authentic and powerful. And we need to get out of the mindset that what we're doing is not enough. What we're saying doesn't hold any weight because there's somebody out there that has more knowledge than you, has more perception than you, has more power than you. Sometimes, yes, that can be true, but you're going to bring your own twist on things. You're going to bring in your own power, your own perception. And the way that you do things can be radically different than what somebody else is doing. And in my situation, shamans are so different that you can't compare yourself to another shaman because they're not doing what you're doing. They're going to do something completely different. Although the foundations are the same, depending on what we're talking about here, we have to keep that in mind, that our true authentic selves, our true authentic soul, is going to bring our own variation into this reality. And those that resonate with what you're doing are going to stick around. Those that have the same vibe as you, the same frequency, the same vibration, they're going to stick around because they know what you're worth and you know what you're worth. So there's a great energy exchange kind of happening. And I have to always think about people that I see successful in the spiritual community, for example, to where it seems like they have it figured out. It seems like when they get on camera or they go to heal somebody or they speak in front of big crowds, that, man, they're just so full of confidence. They just know who they are. And I have to embody that as well, right? And they're just so knowledgeable. They know a lot, right? But I realize that sometimes they also suffer. Not suffer, that's the wrong word to use. They also go kind of through imposter syndrome as well. And they have these old unconscious patterns come up from childhood and past lives and ancestral lines, right? They kind of circle back, and all of a sudden they feel naked, they feel seen. And they're like, what am I doing? I can't heal this person. I can't talk to these people. And for a split second, they feel that. But you know what? They shift the mindset almost automatically. Just because you're successful doesn't mean that these unconscious patterns are not going to come up for you. But it's how you alchemize it that makes the difference. Are we going to go back into story? Are we going to go back into thought about how I'm not good enough? About how mommy and daddy told me that I will never be good enough. I will never be something in my life. Did you have a teacher that said that you'll never grow up to be worth something, right? What was it for you that you had these, unconscious patterns kind of come up for you? But what they do is like I said, the thought kind of comes up, it comes through the mind, but they remain present. They remain heart-centered. They remember that they are a powerful co-creator. And so when they remember that and they remember who they are, they flash out of that right away. And they get up and they make a video. They heal somebody. They go on stage to talk to people. They hold small groups, and you could put this in your situation. What is it for you? What is it that, lights you up inside, that you are scared to be perceived, that you are scared to be judged, that all of the worth that what others think is put upon you? What is it for you that lights you up? Because now you're going to start working through it. And a way to start working through it is to just jump in and do it. Another story for you is I was really nervous to start making videos. And I thought, how stupid. No one's going to like my videos. No one's going to see them. I'm not going to help anybody. And I wanted to give up before I even started. But something in me just said, just go out there and start making videos. It doesn't matter whether one person sees them or 1,000 people see them. It doesn't matter. Just focus making videos because you find joy in them, because you lights you up when you go in there. And who cares who perceives them and who judges them? You're not going to be everybody's cup of tea, and that's okay. And I'm not going to lie to you. I'm a couple of months into this, and I still have those thoughts kind of come up. And I did the other night where it kind of came up to me again and said, "This is so stupid. Why are you making videos? You're not helping anybody. Who cares?" But then I had to remember that I am helping people. I have people commenting and I have people involved. And I have to keep that in mind. But I had such a strong sense to quit, just give up. And I said, no, I'm going to keep going. And each time I do that, breakthrough happens. I soar up. My vibration rises, my frequency rises. And when I was tuning in with my spiritual allies today, they said that I needed to make a video about this because somebody out there needs to hear this. And maybe that's you. I know I certainly needed to hear it. And when I realized that, I realized, wow, sharing this message with others and to inspire others that these things in reality come up for us all the time. And that's just a part of the 3D reality that we live in. But when we remain present in who we are and truly live out of our heart, we know who we are. And we don't need others to tell us who we are. Because we are. You are the all I am. You are a powerful co-creator. And you need to remember that. So my friends, if you found this video to be helpful, let me know down below. Have you experienced imposter syndrome before? I would like to know. And how did you kind of overcome that? What was the process to which you used to overcome that imposter syndrome unconscious pattern that is coming to reality? All right, my friends, take care.